Thank you, Moni. I didn't discover this issue of racial disparities with George Floyd's murder. They are part of my DNA. I have a lifetime of work and commitment to justice and equity, including at the ACLU and the California Rural Legal Assistance, and most recently as a rule of law consultant focused on access and equity in justice systems around the world. These experiences are why, on council, I fought to reduce racial disparities through policies concerning use of force, sharing data with ICE, banning facial recognition, and limiting searches of people just based on their parole status. It is why I introduced the early identification system addressed in an earlier question. We need alternatives. We need to expand these efforts to reduce disparities directly. But in addition, we need alternatives for the 50% of calls for nonviolent incidents that police respond to now. Our work to divert nonviolent mental health crises needs to be expanded to 24/7. But there are many other activities where we do not need an armed officer to respond. This will both be a better use of our expensive police resources and reduce racial disparities and interactions with armed police. I'm in full support of the African American Holistic Resource Center and fought tooth and nail on the Budget Committee, and many of you remember this, to prevent its T1 funding from disappearing. My ban on junk food in grocery aisles and support of the Sugar Sweetened Beverage Commission's policies on removing unhealthy foods from our youth camps and senior centers were directed at reducing health disparities. On housing, I authored the legislation to prevent discrimination in housing for people released from jail. I support the proposed Fair Access Ordinance that eliminates criteria for renting units not related to a person's ability to pay. There are so many ways that we need to attack racism in America. It does not start with this city, but it needs to end with us. Thank you.